Hello Daily Drafters and welcome back to the channel for today's Daily Draft. Yet another beginning of a new week with 5 Karlov Manor drafts on deck for us today. So we're going to dive into today's Pack 1 Pick 1. We've got Archdruid's Charm. Cute, probably good for constructed, a fine card if it costs anything less than 3 green here. Don't think I'll be taking that. We've got a Surveil land, not really taking that early necessarily. Not on my watch, fine card. Agency Outfitter, maybe one day. Probably not this early in the format. I'm still trying to figure out a couple other things here. Case of the Trampled Garden. I haven't played green yet. I don't know if this card is particularly good. My opponent played it against me and it wasn't that great. But there is a Novice Inspector here, and it's going to be hard to pass Pack 1 Pick 1 Novice Inspector. I mean, all the other commons are not really in competition with this. We do notably have 2 rares here in this pack, but we will start with the Pack 1 Pick 1 Novice Inspector and go from there. Alright, a couple of good cards in various colors here. I've played a lot of Mardu so far. I've done 3 drafts here on the channel with 2 trophies so far and had success with the Mardu colors red, white, and black. Shock is calling my eyes. So does Harry Dronesmith here. These are close. I think Shock is actually a little bit better. But there's a Market Watch Phantom, which I think is good, but probably not as good as these 2 cards here. There's a Flourishing Bloomkin, which I think is also a good card. I just don't know how often I'm going to be wanting to get into green. There's a Case of the Shattered Pact as well. Could be kind of cute. Probably doesn't go great with our Novice Inspector first pick, but there is a Shock, like I mentioned. There's also Out Cold. I do think Out Cold has the ability to be pretty good. You just can't pass Shock in a format with Disguise, I don't think. So I won't. And a couple more good cards here. We've got a Nervous Gardener. This is, in my opinion, at this point in the format, the best green common. And it can enable some fun little splashy green decks here. But there's a Galvanize, and I think this is a format where removal is good. So having a Galvanize and having a Shock, I think is pretty good. We're not locked into white. Honestly, we're not locked into really any color here by taking a Galvanize, but I think it's the best card in this pack. Eavesdropper would be fine, but, I mean, look, Eavesdropper, 4 mana for a 3/3, and Galvanize just kills it. There's also Not on My Watch. Museum Night Watch is a card I actually do like in this format. But I'm going to take the Galvanize here. Okay, white is already completely gone if not for the Sanguine Savior. So what else is there in this pack? There is a Detective's Satchel. Haven't played blue-red yet, but I think this could be a pretty nice reason to do so. There's Insidious Roots, which I don't think is very good for limited. There is Persuasive Interrogators, which could be cute. But cute is about its extent. I don't understand Caught Red-Handed. I'm going to have to wait for someone to kill me with that card. I don't really see what's going on there. Cold Case Cracker could be interesting. It would be a good card that would go with the Satchel here. But let's take the Satchel and see if blue-red ends up being slightly open. Got a couple of duds in this one with Goblin Mask Makers here. Forensic Researcher. 3 mana 1/3, untap another target permanent you control, collect evidence 3 to tap a creature you don't control. Seems pretty good. It's also an inside source though. Now, I think the correct pick in this pack is inside source. I just don't know if I want to do that again. I've done red-white. It's gone well. I've done red-black. Bite Down on Crime, fine. V2 Ghazi Inspector. I think, I'm going to note here that I think the correct pick is Inside Source. I want to see if I can do something a little bit different. See, look, white is already gone again. I think white is pretty cut here. We just got lucky with a late Inside Source there. Because now we do have access to an Out Cold, which I think is what I'm going to take here. We do Investigate with this, which goes well with Detective Satchel and cards like that. Offender at Large, no thanks. Bubble Smuggler, maybe, but we'll take the Out Cold. Okay, really only card for us is probably an unauthorized exit, and I don't even know if that's really for us. What else is here? Cease and desist? Don't think so. I don't really like Curious Cadaver, even in black-blue. There's a Maverick, a Fanatical Strength, Interrogators number 2. Let's take unauthorized exit and cut blue again here. Ooh, High Alert. Is High Alert doable in this format? I don't think I know the format well enough yet to know if this card is playable. I don't think it is, unfortunately. But the only other thing is there's really nothing else here. I mean, there is Glint Weaver, which could be interesting if we go into green, so maybe I'll take that. Benthic Criminologist versus Thinking Cap or Fanatical Strength. I think, yeah, our colors are just not open right now. Well, that's a late out cold, though. I do like out cold. And this creature does have disguise. But I think I'm just going to take the out cold here. Another exit, a late Museum Night Watch, and a Lumbering Laundry that I probably won't play. Could be a little bit of a blue control deck here. Another unauthorized exit. I mean, Bubble Smuggler. I guess blue is open, so maybe we can take blue. Got another pack with 2 rares in it here. Case of the Uneaten Feast is unfortunately a dud. Krenko, however, is not a dud and goes very well in a potential blue-red deck where that wants to sacrifice artifacts. I will tentatively reserve that, but there is a Shock and there is a Reasonable Doubt. I would like to try Reasonable Doubt. I have yet to cast that card, mainly because I haven't played blue in the format. But I've had it cast on me, and it's been good. But I can't pass up on Krenko here, so we will take Krenko Baron of Tin Street. All right, we will follow that up with a Gadget Technician, more than likely followed up by Crime Stopper Sprite, which I think is a good card. That's pretty much all we're looking at here, but this goes very well in our blue-red artifact base, so we'll take that here. And now we've got a lot of good options for us. We've got a Case of the Filched Falcon. When this case enters the battlefield, investigate. If you control 3 or more artifacts, you solve it and can eventually get yourself a 4/4 flyer. There is a Deduce. There's a Harried Dronesmith. We've had this combo before in one deck. Krenko plus Harried Dronesmith is a free 1/1 every single turn. For 1 red mana, which is pretty good. There's also a Sprite here. I don't know what the correct pick between Dronesmith and Filched Falcon is. That's close. I think these are both good. But Dronesmith is a guaranteed way to sacrifice an artifact every single turn without you having to pay any mana, which is pretty darn good. Alright, following that up with a 2-mana 3/2 Defender that could attack sometimes. Felonious Rage, which is a combat trick I do like. And then also Granite Witness. I think I might take the Granite Witness here. It can turn itself up for just blue-blue. Is an artifact. It flies. I do like Felonious Rage, but I think I'll take the Granite Witness here. Follow that up with, what is Flotsam and Jetsam? Mill 3 cards, investigate. Each opponent mills 3 cards, and you may cast a spell from their graveyard without paying its mana cost. That's a lot of mana. It would be 4 blue-blue in our deck. I don't think I care about a second Bubble Smuggler. I don't think I care about a Chases On. Let's take Flotsam and Jetsam, and maybe we play it, maybe we don't. Alright, here we got an Agency Outfitter, a Granite Witness, a Felonious Rage. Alright, I think the correct pick here is Granite Witness, but I am, as I always say, a man of the people. And because I draft so often, I'm going to see if I can find a Thinking Cap and a Magnifying Glass and see if Agency Outfitter is worth it. I'm sure a lot of you at home are... Ooh, Hard Evidence. I can't pass Hard Evidence. As much as I want to try out another Agency Outfitter, I have to take Hard Evidence. I was going to say, I draft a lot here on the channel, And many of you are probably wondering if this is good, as I am too. And maybe we find a thinking cap and a magnifying glass today to go with it. But if we don't, fine. If we do, I'll give it a shot and then you'll know. Only thing we can play here is unauthorized exit. I don't think I'm going to play 4 of those though. Ooh, Reasonable Doubt came back. That is pretty good. That is a card I will play. Nothing for us here. I'll take the uncommon. Doesn't really matter. Oh, look at that. Crime Stopper Sprite and Deduce Wheel. Both are pretty good. I think I'm going to take my first Sprite, though. Both of these wield... I do like Felonious Rage. I think the card's good. 1 mana instant speed 2/2, basically. Guess no one's playing blue-white. No More Lies is a good card. Well, we got a Gleaming Gear Drake. We're going to be taking this. 2 mana... 1/1 flyer, ETB's Investigate. Whenever you sack an artifact, you put a counter on it. Yes, please. There's also a Fey Flight, which I think is also very good. Would love a copy of this card in my deck, but I can't pass Gleaming Gear Drake. That is exactly what we are trying to do here. And maybe Dramatic Accusation Wheels, but let's go ahead and take the Gear Drake. And let's look at our curve. Not thrilled with the unauthorized exit. Again, don't know if we're playing this outfitter. I'm not going to go out of my way to pick up the thinking cap and the magnifying glass. Like, we only have 4 detectives for the cap anyway, so it's not even, like, that great. What else do we have here? Bullrack Clan Crusher. Just a generically powerful card, but doesn't really have much synergy. But there is a Fairy Snoop, which has a disguise cost of blue. Oh wait, there's a Public Thoroughfare. We don't really need fixing though. We just have Novice Inspector. Could take the Red Herring. I don't think that's great either. I do think the Bullrat Clan Basher is good, but I think Snoop fits in a little bit more with what we're trying to do here. Here's a Galvanize. There's also a Deduce and a Jaded Analyst. Pretty easy Galvanize. Gotta take the removal when you see it. Gonna go ahead and lock that one in. What is this one? Artifact land? Probably not what we're looking for. Here's a Magnifying Glass. We could get 2 cards left out of this pack. Maybe it wheels. Hustle and Bustle can be cast in our deck. Is it worth it? We've only got 11 creatures. Is that better than a Granite Witness? Probably not. I'll just take the Granite Witness there. I don't need my 5th exit. There is another Hustle Bustle. Is that better than Red Herring? I do think it's better than Red Herring and Behind the Mask. So I'll take Hustle and Bustle here. Concealed Weapon. This is the disguised weapon. That might be good. I don't know. What is this card from the list? Ooh, sack an artifact to create 3 goblins? That could be kind of fun. Hotshot Investigators. Deduce. That's a tough one. Cold Oath of Rebirth and Hotshot Investigators could be interesting there. Only thing we can consider is this Dramatic Accusation here. Let's go ahead and take that. Don't think I want an Innocent Bystander. I could just take another removal spell or a Bubble Smuggler. I'll try the removal spell and maybe we play it, maybe we don't. I guess now I wish I would have taken the Smuggler. I don't think I'm playing 3 Accusations. They're fine. I don't think they're, like, great, though. We'll have a few cards to cut here. Probably at least 1 unauthorized exit. Bubble Smuggler versus Public Thoroughfare. I guess we could play the Public Thoroughfare. Deduce came back. I think that is a card I will play. It does Investigate, which is exactly what we're trying to do here. Go ahead and throw that in the board, and I think throw that in the board as well. So, got a couple cuts to make, but I'll see you after deck building for the final cut. Alright, after deck building, this is where I ended up. Not too heavy on the creatures, lots of interaction here. We've got Shock, Double Galvanize, kept 1 of the unauthorized exits. We got a lot of clue making, couple accusations. Don't know if they'll be good or not. I'm willing to try it out though. cut the other split card, but we'll keep this one here. And a lot of artifact synergies up top. First time playing blue-red. I don't think this is as good as my other decks here, but that's totally fine. I am trying to get as many different kind of decks out to you in week 1 of the format as I can. Hopefully it goes well, though. See you in game 1. All right, we're up first. We got both colors of mana and a Gleaming Geardrake in hand. Don't mind if I do. We'll see if we need to use Accusation on 3. I doubt it. Probably just going to have to sack this clue. Hopefully the Geardrake survives, but with red up there, there's Galvanize, there's Shock. There's a lot of things that could kill this card, but Perimeter Enforcer isn't one of them. And interestingly, I do think it's a card worth accusationing, I guess. It can really get out of hand if not unchecked there. It can gain at least 5 to 7 life over the course of a game. Alright, there's a disguised creature. Why do I keep thinking both of these are artifacts? No, it's the satchel, in which is an artifact and creates 2 artifacts. This one is not an artifact. I keep thinking the Technician, maybe the name Technician makes me keep thinking it's an artifact. Not exactly sure. What we can do is we can sack the clue and investigate, and deduce, or we can Gadget Technician here. I think I'm just going to cast the Gadget Technician. I have time to sack the clues once my hand gets a little low. Am I okay trading with that? Yeah, at this point I think I am. I'll just let that happen. Dog Walker? Oh, it's a rare. What does this do? Oh, look how cute. Okay. So they're rare. When it's turned face up, blink it. Otherwise, if they blinked, they exiled ours, we get a 2/2 instead. Okay, it's pretty nice. I'm probably just going to kill the Enforcer. But let's start by doing this. No. We do have Krenko and stuff in the deck. We could just cast Deduce and Galvanize here. So, let's get in. While they're tapped out, I think I'm going to cast the Galvanize. I know this is what I'm going to want to be killing, so I'm just going to go ahead and do that. And then we are drastically losing the race here. Or not the race, the card advantage battle. So let's cast Deduce, draw Public Thoroughfare, Fairy Snoop, not too bad. Okay, so I think I'm going to do is cast this as a disguised creature. Attack with both. Offer the trade of the Thopters here. Looks like that's what they'll take. Go ahead and sacrifice one of these, because that's what I'm going to be doing with my mana anyway. Put a counter on this, draw a card, and play Thoroughfare, tapping down our artifact here. Now this adds 1 mana of any color. Not that we particularly need it, but it's an option. Don't think I'm trading here if they offer this. I'd rather get my value off of the Fairy Snoop. They haven't had an answer for Gleaming Geardrake yet, but the game is young. Oh, they chose to not go for the Geardrake. Interesting. Not sure why, but okay. I think I'll just play both of these as disguises here. I mean, I could have held up, like, undisguised this, or... yeah, I think I'll just let that happen again. I mean, we're winning this race. This flies, and this pumps our flyers, so... just gonna go ahead and let that happen. Oh. Yeah, that's a problem. Yeah, that's not great. Don't like seeing a board wipe, of which this format has way too many. Okay. Pass, I guess. I feel like every draft I've done, there's been at least 2 games that have had board wipes in it. Because one draft, I had a board wipe in my deck and played it a lot. And the first draft, I had, like... board wipe followed by an insane rare. Good news is, I can kill this before it investigates. Which is incredibly important. Because this thing is stupid. Wait. If you've drawn 2 or... Alright guys, we all punt. And that one will lose me the game for sure. I only drew 1 card that turn, not 2. Okay, I guess we're board wiping here and getting rid of that stupid thing. Doesn't get indestructible, so it will die, but, I mean, they do get to investigate. They've got a lot more card advantage than us. We did manage to get rid of their insane rare through a nice little punt. But, look, I've said this before. I'm human, you're human. I'm sure you have done something like this before. What I could do is shame concede. But, what fun is that? And... there's still a game to be played here. Like, we're not so far out of this that we can't win the game. So, we're going to continue to play. Because that was a pretty darn good draw. So, let's pass the turn. I guess I'll cast Out Cold on these 2 creatures. I mean, it depends on what they do. If they go straight to combat, I'll have to see. Okay, that's a creature. Sure. Actually, I think I'm just going to let them attack so I can make a Thopter here. So let me draw a card. See if that changes anything. Oh my goodness, we could collect evidence 32 if we wanted to. I will not be sacking this artifact, just so I can get another trigger off of this next turn. I don't think we're going to be choked for mana necessarily, so... I'm going to go to my turn, play this, play Sprite here, choose to collect evidence 6. I don't think it matters what we do. This has 8, so we could just do that. Don't think we have graveyard synergies here. Reasonable doubt. Not too bad. Not too bad of a draw. Go to combat. And I think I will attack. I think I'll just use Out Cold here to ensure that they can't attack with 3 creatures. Well, that'll ensure that they attack with 3 creatures, so... Probably going to tap down the Dog Walker and the Seasoned Consultant here without cold. Unless they cast something that I have to counter. Well, can't counter that, so sure. And now the tides of battle have turned against us, unfortunately. Yeah, there come the lands. So I think we're going to lose this one to what is likely going to end up being the punt. But, I mean, we also have all of the lands in our deck, basically. Yeah, the board wipe is probably what did it too, to be honest. That's not attacking. That is... Go to 3 and likely die. Lightning Helix to the face. Ha! What if you had to pay 2 more? Ever thought of that? Why wouldn't you just do that on your turn? Why you gotta do it on our upkeep? Alright. Let's go ahead and die here and go on to the next game. Alright, we're up first again with a horrible hand. We have Galvanize. This can only be disguised in our deck. We have no white mana. I guess we do have white mana in the form of Public Thoroughfare. But we need to draw 2 blue mana before we can even do anything with this. Although this is just a 3 mana 2/2. A blue, you know, lets us cast Deduce, which gets us 2 more cards. I guess it's actually not too bad. We just have to... Galvanize has to have a target, which always does. And Granite Witness as a disguised creature is going to have to do some work trading off with their disguised creature, more than likely. But you hate to see hands like this, unfortunately. For those of you that are still here and are not yet subscribed, if you do enjoy the content, we graciously accept more mountains off the top of our deck when we already have 4 in hand. No, we do graciously accept subscriptions to the channel. They're absolutely free for you. They curate the content that you see, and we have tons of draft content here on the channel if you are a limited junkie, as am I. Already have a 14-3 record in the format, which is pretty exciting already. I guess I'll just offer the trade. Okay, they don't accept. So the question is, do I deduce or do I undisguise here? Most mana efficient thing is to deduce, because then I could also sacrifice the artifact, draw 2 cards. Yeah, that's good against our Granite Witness, that's for sure. Here's another one. I guess we play this here and then flip up Granite Witness, tapping down Wisp Drinker Vampire. Yeah, now they have a 3/5 flyer and a 4/4 notably. I am going to trade here because this could be something big that we could also get back with Jetsam next turn. It's not bad. We do need to find something here. Well, jeez. Those are some cards. Yeah, I guess we'll cast Persuasive Interrogators. That goes pretty well on this board, and we're not blocking with the Witness, so we'll smash with that. It also has Vigilance for some reason, so down goes Interrogators. Takes 7. So, Krenko, crack the clue. Make a 1/1. That would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. And then we can use the 1/1 to chump their 4/4 here. Do that at instant speed, right? Yeah. Okay, that's something. We've also got Satchel coming, which is more card draw. It's just, can we survive is the problem. Krenko's gonna help if he can survive. Interesting. Holding back the Vampire, thinking they are not gonna win this race here. Okay, jump block the 4/4. Let's see what their last card is here. Nothing they want to play. Reasonable Doubt, not great when they have 7 lands. Okay, Krenko kind of going off here. Let's see if we can take over. Can't really attack, unfortunately. Gonna have to go wide here. Another land. Yeah, Reasonable Doubt's gonna do basically nothing. Although, you can cast this just to suspect a creature here. We could suspect the Granite Witness. You could also target this on your own spell, just so I can give this Menace, which might be worth it. If we draw a spell, I guess. That's a spell. You can get rid of their Vampire as well. So, let's do... I guess that means I don't really need Menace so much anymore. I guess giving Krenko Menace would be good. So I won't punt this time because now we have drawn 2 cards this turn. It is our turn. Shock is also good. Okay, down goes that. What if I attacked everything? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not quite. Yeah, I think we can slow roll this a little bit. I think it's fine to do that. So let's just get in here, hold up shock, really hope they don't have a board wipe. Although in black and white, I think there are at least 3. Yeah, that's fine. So let's just suspect our own creature here. Yeah, could suspect Krenko and be able to get in for lethal there. All right. Managed to get that one. All right, we're up first again. Gotta love it. Hard evidence on 1. Reasonable doubt on 2, hopefully. And probably forensic researcher on 3. So that we can kind of ramp ourselves a little bit. Alright, let's hope they play a target for reasonable doubt here. This might be our only opening to counter something. Whenever you equip creature deals combat damage to a player, sacrifice if you do draw 3 cards. That's kind of interesting. That must be from the list. I will not suspect my creature. So we'll counter that. And then I think play forensic researcher here. And we've got 5 mana next turn if we want it. So we can actually trade off the crab for the pompous gadabout here. By, you know, flipping this up, equipping the crab, and blocking it. Because crab does have a name. Because it can't be blocked by creatures that don't have a name. Oh gosh, what does this do? ETBs, draw a card. You have no maximum hand size. Beginning of combat, if you draw more than 1 card, put X 1/1 counters on a creature where X is the number of cards you've drawn this turn, -1. I do believe they've drawn an extra card here. We will still be able to kill their pompous gadabout. Let's see if they attempt to do that and attack with it. Okay. Oh. I read the equip. It's the disguise cost, unfortunately. Okay. No blocks. We can do that next turn, I guess. Can I interest you in, yet again, all the lands? All of them. You know, we got tons of clues, tons of ways to use our mana, but we've got all of them. I guess I could do this now as a little bit of tempo. Yeah, that seems okay. Alright, what if we got them with a crab here? They block the crab, we undisguise the face down? No? Okay. Do we undisguise it and equip the crab anyway? That's the question. Yeah, I think I will. That's a cute little interaction that can't happen in many formats. Land. God, the rares in this set, man. They're just ridiculous. Alright, can't really do anything else. Okay, disguised creature and pompous gadabout. Sure. We need to start drawing something here. Okay. These are somethings. I guess we can equip, or we can attack with our crab. Or I could just hold it back on blocks. I don't know if we're going to win this race. We're going to win it in the air, if anything. 1, 2, 3. One, two. And then I guess plan on sacrificing the clue. Something else I can do is untap a blue, unmorph or undisguise the Granite Witness to tap down something. Ugh, more rares. Man. Okay. So they're going to give us any number of permanents we control and then, or they control, and then draw a card for every single one. Oh my gosh. And then when they attack, they get those lands back. Holy cow. Why did I not realize this is for, you could do any number of permanents? Okay, we're going to have to tap that down with Researcher now, like every turn basically, and then die to this. A 6/9 flyer that investigates when it hit us and takes 3 of our lands when it when it attacks. What a card. It's not too bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Equip it here. Go to combat. Attack with this. Sack it, put a counter, draw 3, and then... Oh, man. I guess play Detective Satchel? We are struggling here against this board, but, I mean... I don't know, can we win with flyers? This thing has lifelink. It's gonna be a tough game. It's nice this doesn't cost any mana. Hey. Gosh. Rares.deck, I guess. Take 5? Okay. We're going to have to unmorph this thing to block that. Can I afford to equip this? It's got 2 mana. I'm sure I've got 12 mana here. So like, what if I went 1, 2, 3, played this, equip this here, go to attacks, see if they want to trade for a Thopter. Looks like they do. No? Okay. Can't decide. Okay, they decided on no. More lands. Go to damage, take 8. They are at 7. These 2 are going to be flyers next turn and tap down these 2 creatures. I could tap down the 5/5. But their Falcon won't attack again. Sure. That triggers their eidetic memory here. Sure. Okay. And I wonder if we could just tap down their flyer here now. Does that win? We'll be attacking for a ton of damage. What if I tap down the 5/5? They can send in with Tulsamir, with lifelink, go up to 10, block my 4/4, take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This might be good enough. It depends on if they have anything left in their hand for 2 mana here. Yeah, they send in with the lifelinker. They probably have to at this point, right? Yeah, I mean, I'll take it. They go to 10, I go to 7. Lands galore. And I think we've actually got this here. So tap this thing down. Make a Thopter. Cast Krenko. Holy cow. What a game. We managed to beat, like, rares.deck that were all quite good. Coveted Falcon never got to attack. They gave us 4 lands or 3 lands for free. Drew 3 extra cards for it. Oof. This is why you love Magic. Alright, gotta be lucky a little bit with going first as often as we have. This is a very awkward mana situation. Public Thoroughfare not really doing what we want it to here. I'm wondering if another basic land would be better than this, considering we're not splashing, because you have to sacrifice it unless you tap an untapped artifact or land. So probably playing this on 2, tapping our mountain, which is not exactly where you want to be. But at the very least, it does provide us blue here, and we do have Krenko on 3. Although the question is, do they have Galvanize? If they have Galvanize, don't really want to be playing Krenko here, so I think for that reason, I'll just play this. It blocks their Forum Familiar just fine enough. Don't really want to be exposing the best card in my deck to their common removal spell here. Okay. Unfortunately missed land drop. We can't even undisguise this here. Guess I could play another disguised creature. I could play the Krenko if I wanted to. I could undisguise the Gadget Technician next turn, so guess I'll do this. I suppose I should have offered this. I would trade. I just suppose I should have offered that before I played the disguised creature there, but it's okay. Is that the life gain one? No, that's the better one. Whenever a detective is, you always get +1/+1 counters, 3 or more detectives, of which they currently have 0. More missed land drops. Alright, let's get the beats on here. Disguise.deck. Let's keep on coming in with disguised creatures. And, Gotta get some lands, obviously. But we kept a 3-lander. I mean, I'm not mulliganing a 3-lander. Red Herring. Another disguised creature. Sure. Can this block? It can block. I'm sure they will block with it. So let's just... Do they have Dog Walker? That wouldn't be great. Alright, so far our disguised creatures have gotten the job done here. By getting the job done, I mean they're at 10. Yeah, I don't think Forum Familiar is... Oh, that's a good card against us. Probably have to galvanize that. Gosh. I guess I can unauthorized exit that. I don't really want a dramatic accusation it. I mean, I guess I could. It's the most mana efficient thing to do, and the next turn I could exit and galvanize if I draw a land. I mean, I can always get rid of this a little bit later. This does open up attacks. If they don't block here, they go to 4. Like, that's a problem for them. And 3 mana 2/2. Let's go. Okay, chose not to unmorph there. A Rift Burst Hellion. Okay. They got our Granite Witness, so we still have a Granite Witness and a Concealed Weapon here. Notably, if we had 5 mana, we could unmorph this and then also equip it or undisguise this, but now it's dead, so now we can't. How about another missed land drop here? Well, I mean, Krenko's pretty good here, so let's just attack. Okay, you go to 1. What else you got? You got a 3/2 that exiles cards from our yard, which is unfortunate for Crime Stopper Sprite, but we can galvanize that and then you're dead. Hey, a land. Alright, well, won the game with just 3 lands on the battlefield. Sure. Okay, I suppose I can never complain about going on the draw as many times as I do, having now this being the 5th game in a row that we're on the play. Sure. So we got Deduce for turn 2. Unauthorized exit if we need it. And Researcher on 3, which will act as a little bit of a ramp spell for us. Yep, just play the Researcher here. Now we've got Galvanize and Exit. I don't think I like Gorehound. This is going to be a practice game to see if Gorehound is worth a card here. We'll see how much damage it does to us and how many surveils it gets. I just don't think the card's really worth it unless you have ways of like pumping its power and stuff. That looks like a rare. What is this? Beginning of your upkeep, investigate once for each opponent who has more cards in hand than you. I guess I could just bounce that with unauthorized exit here. I could also draw and kill it. That seems pretty good too. It is a 2/4 flyer, which is just a problem. And I won't be using this to tap anything down, so I guess I'm attacking with it. Sprite still cannot collect evidence 6, but if I unauthorized exit something, then it can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that could be good for us. Well, that now is unfortunate. There goes our entire collect evidence plan. And there's another land. Let's make you recast that. Hard evidence. Yeah, sure, it's cheap. And then just play a 3-mana 2/2 flyer, I guess. And now I got 3 lands in hand and a hard evidence coming, which is basically 3 mana for a crab and a draw card here. Okay. That's tough. Guess I'll get rid of this one. The flyer can trade with their flyer. See what we find here. Out cold. Can't quite cast that. And these are not races that we win, unfortunately, so I think I'm just going to leave this back. I don't think I can block their disguise creature, because the magic number is 5. If they attack with 5 untapped mana, this could be anything. And I don't want to find that out. Okay, get rid of this, and then unmorph this thing. I think this is Night Drinker Moroi now, which is going to be a problem for us. There it is. Can I interest you in another land? I guess I shouldn't have sacked it there in case I had a counterspell. But, you know, our 11th land is also fine. Actually, I guess it's just 10. Sorry, only 10 lands. My bad. This at least trades off for their flyer, but I don't have an answer to 2 flyers currently. Do they have removal for that now? No, but that's a decent card. Okay, I guess we're trading this off for Night Drinker Moroi here now, considering we have almost every land in our deck. Never mind, down it goes. Take 7, take 8, take... and then die next turn, because lands are us. Kaya, how about die this turn? Sometimes you flood. 'Tis magic. Okay, we finally get to go second, and look at this ugly hand. Seems like a perfect keep to me. See? Told you. It's a perfect hand. What could go wrong? Turn 1 Hard Evidence? Turn 2 Galvanize? Turn 3 Gadget Technician? I don't mind if I do. What do you got? Slime against humanity. Do I even care about that? The answer is no. I've got an O3. I can block that for days. I'm just going to leave up Galvanize and Reasonable Doubt here. It's not the most mana efficient thing to do, but the longer the game goes, the worse Reasonable Doubt gets. Okay, sure. I guess I could do the same thing again by playing Thoroughfare, tapping this, and holding up both of those cards here. They're not going to do anything. I guess I don't have to do anything either. 2 can play that game. Sure. Okay, we've got 5 mana. Now what's the best way to do this? Probably play a disguised creature and hold up our 2 spells again, I suppose. So let's pass here. They flip up a Nervous Gardener, that makes sense. 6 mana. Is Reasonable Doubt going to be able to hit anything here? Yeah, the answer is yes. And I don't think I'm going to suspect anything. So we'll go ahead and counter their 6-drop for 2 mana. And see if they attack both now. I will not trade, but rather bounce here, because I do want to flip my Fairy Snoop. So we've got 3 plus 3, so we can do Gadget Technician Disguised plus flip up Fairy Snoop here. I'll also hold up Galvanize, I think. I guess I can just trade this off for one of their creatures. I can bounce and trade now. Doesn't seem too bad. Just giving up on a Thopter here, but I think that's okay. Private Eye, sure. Pumps other detectives. Can also give detective unblockable. Probably just going to galvanize that, but let's see what we find off Fairy Snoop. Easy Gleaming Gear Drake there. They do still have mana and priority. Don't like that. So what do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. So we can Gear Drake, Galvanize, and crack a clue, I suppose. Looks like they're about like full 3 colors here. White, blue, and green in almost equal amounts. Cold Case Cracker. Sure. Land. Attempt to kill Private Eye. Let's see if they've got the pump spell. Looks like they do. Okay. That's pretty good for them. Gonna have to out cold now, more than likely. These are 2 big creatures here. Hate to see that. At least we're not missing land drops. Pretty easy here. I think we'll do this. And then attack here. And the turn, undisguise this, tap down their Private Eye. Cast Researcher still have 6 mana here, so we notably can still out cold and crack the clue. Okay, still not missing land drops. Not I. What can we cast? Ooh. No, we can't cast Repulsive Mutation because that just gives +0/+0. Hotshot Investigator's pretty good. Is Get a Leg Up is that lethal? Creatures you control, so +4/+4. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, that's not lethal. Sack an artifact if you do draw a card. We don't have an artifact. Well, we do. We're not sacrificing it, though. Is this an artifact? No. So I think I'm going to hotshot Investigators here. And I think I might bounce my own Fairy Snoop. Gotta get that value, right? Could bounce the crab, but I don't know. The crab is gaining us a bunch of life by blocking over and over again. Yeah, let's bounce our own Fairy Snoop here. And then play it disguised. Go to combat. And I don't think I'll need to tap anything down with that, so we'll get in, send him to 10. Loxodon Eavesdropper, which seems to be a detective. An elephant detective. The best kind of detective, clearly. There's got to be a way we win here, right? Somehow? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's lethal. Unless they draw something. No, we have to use this. No, we don't. We just use Crime Topper Sprite. So let's do this. For 6, right? Yeah. Tap down Eavesdropper. And that should be lethal unless they have something in hand here. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. Alright, nice little tempo deck on our side there. 4 and 2. Gonna keep trying to push as far as we can with this deck. Okay, on the draw here, but we do have Reasonable Doubt in our opening hand. Hopefully that gets to counter one of their 3 drops. Don't like seeing Karlov Haunch on 1. That is a pretty good card. I do like Karlov Haunch. Market Watch Phantom. Alright, they're going hard here. Do have Galvanize and Unauthorized Exit in hand, which is good. See if Reasonable Doubt hits anything relevant. Or if I need to Galvanize their Phantom. That's not a great target for this, but I mean, it is a target, and I think they're gonna miss a land drop. It looks like they will, so I do like that. Next turn, do we just Accusation their Phantom here? The answer to that is now no, that we drew a shock. So I could play this as a disguised creature, but I think shock plus exit could be good. We're not under a ton of pressure. They're missing land drops. You know what? I think I'm actually just going to do this because they've missed a land drop. We're not going to die anytime soon. We can kill this thing at some point. And that is honestly a better target. Well, I mean, if they're going to offer the trade, that's something I think I'll do. So let's just trade there. And yeah, just hold up this stuff here now. Okay, got the land. Let's see what they can do with it. Okay, got their creature. Post-combat 3-drop? Yes, but it's not one I can do anything about right now. I could play Flotsam. And they're playing red-white. I don't think I'm going to get like a ton of great triggers off of this. I guess, yeah, I can't even cast that as a disguised creature. Or, I mean, not triggers. I don't think I have a ton of great targets for this. Can't target that. So let's just do this. And then Forensic Researcher. Yeah, unfortunately we milled 2 lands there, but it is what it is. Karlov Haunch on this thing? No. Yeah, I fortunately can't block here. Could be a 3/2, or it could be a Dog Walker, it could be a Granite Witness, could be a couple things that could eat my Researcher here, so I can't block that. And another disguised creature. Well, now we have Out Cold, and I think that's probably the direction we're going to go here. Let's just pass, see if they choose to equip or something. We're probably going to Out Cold both of these creatures. Okay, more disguise. Sure. Okay. I don't really want to pay through the ward costs here for all this stuff, so I'm going to see if I can try to, like, block this disguise creature and then galvanize when it flips, or... I guess if they equip it with the haunch, I can't really do that, but I do have ways to blow out some sort of flip here. Okay, do I want to bounce it or kill it? Let's kill it because any one of these could have more than 3 toughness if I decide to indeed bounce it here. So let's do this. Pay for the ward. Kill their creature. Get the clean 2 for 1. It was a defenestrated phantom. Sure. Pass to damage. And then crack a clue here. Krenko, hello. Let's get in with Krenko. And now these untap, but we do still have unauthorized exit with backup. Don't like seeing Hazda Vigilante. That's probably going to get a dramatic accusation next turn. Sure. See if they attack with this one too. No. I guess I can bounce that right now. Is that something I want to do? Yeah, that seems okay. Oh, we get to see what it is, too. That's not bad. Okay. Well, now that we know what it is, we do have a lot of ability to tap things down with the Forensic Researcher, so I'm not super scared of it, although could be a 5/2 double strike trample, which would be a problem. We have 6 mana. Yeah, Granite Witness seems okay. So let's do this. Let's do this. And get in with Krenko here. And if they attack with this one, I don't think I can block it. Yeah. I mean, I could untap Krenko and block it, but I think because they attacked this into a 1/3 earlier, could be a 3-powered creature. I think I'm just going to take it here. Kind of want to save my Granite Witness, too. I think that's going to be pretty good in this matchup. As a flyer. What is this unmorph for? Or disguise? So they can't even undisguise this currently with their current mana situation if they play it as a disguised creature here. Although, if they do play a disguised creature, it's not guaranteed to be the Clan Basher, but, I mean, it's pretty likely. Oh, hello. What a card that is. I have to be careful with the Clan Basher here. So I can't really avoid it is the problem. So if they draw a mountain, they can hit me for at least 6 here. So what if I... untap the mountain, crack a clue, activate Krenko, and then still have mana to untap Witness? That seems okay. Pay the 1. Draw a card. Go to combat. I think we're safe to attack here. Considering I think that's a clan basher that they can't untap. Or can't unmorph or undisguise. Words. Let's get in. It was a dog walker. Okay. So then I guess we'll do this. Just so it can't trade with Krenko here. And now we know that they still have Clan Basher in hand. Yeah, I don't care about that thing. We have 6 points of flying currently. Great blocks against the dog walker. I will pay. Draw dramatic accusation. I don't think I need to use that right now. So let's go to combat. Get in with our 2 flyers. And see if this morph is some sort of flyer that they can undisguise here. Okay. Play this, and then we can still undisguise this one and tap something down using the researcher here, which would give us 3 lethal threats. Ooh, do I want to get another 1/1 though is the thing. Or would I rather undisguise my Granite Witness? I think I'd just rather undisguise my Granite Witness. Oh, did I just click through my own trigger? Yeah, I guess I did. Oh well. That's fine. I think I'd still rather do this. Oh, it didn't even let me have the trigger because I didn't have a red untapped. Although I could have untapped my red and done that, but it didn't even let me. Still no double red for Bullrat Clan Crusher, which is one of these 2 cards here. No idea what this thing is. This has been disguised since like turn 3. Why do they have 4 dogs? Did I miss that? Oh, because the Crowbot Haunch. I was like, they don't have 2 dog walkers. Okay, so this tells me this is most likely +2/+1. So I've got a block here. This lets me only take 9 if it's on the job. We know they have Bullrat Clan Crusher in hand, and if they have on the job, then I'm still fine here. Unless this is some sort of, like, undisguised trample creature or something. And I don't have to block with these 2 because they're dead on board. So here comes On the Job, I'm sure. Forgot I had to sack an artifact to do that. That's okay. That's also fine. Okay, I think that means we win. Because they just have Bullrat Clan Crusher in hand. We have 9 points of flying. And that should do it for this one. Alright. On the Job. It's a it's a powerful card, but it's very easy to read when your opponent has it. Just don't kill yourself to an unblocked On the Job at any point. Okay, on the draw again. We started off on the play so many times, and now we're on the draw, but got a great hand. Evidence, exit to flip their 3-drop if they play one that isn't a disguised creature. If they do, then we can crack the clue. We got a disguised creature of our own. What on earth are these lands? Forest, island, and forest. Okay, so blue-green. Can't even tell what this is. I mean, it's kind of cool, but like at the same time, I can't really even figure it out. So what does this do? 2/2 vigilance, ETBs becomes bigger. Yeah, okay, they're off to a start here. Probably gonna exit their rookie here now. I could just accusation their rookie, which is also pretty good. But I could do that without taking 3 damage as well. Ooh, that's a card I haven't seen yet. Yeah, I think it's okay. I'll be fine drawing that. Question is, do I trade off Inspector for my face down Snoop here? Probably so. I'm not going to be flipping this up for a while. We have a little bit of card advantage on the board already in the form of a clue. Oh, they have a swamp now too. Okay, lots of colors. Okay. Let's see, do they get a 4th one now? Nope, just doing their forest. Okay, don't want to trade off. So we'll just play Drone Smith, and they didn't want to trade off the first time, so I can't imagine they'll want to trade off this time, so we'll just attack. Now next turn we'll have 5 mana, so we can crack the clue and then do either of these things here. I don't think I want to be accusationing their Inspector. That still gets value while it sits on the battlefield. That's something I would like to accusation. Very much so. There are so many detectives in this set, it's wild. Just every color gets so many detectives. No, we'll do it this way in case I choose to shuffle away Kellen for some reason. Get it with these 3 here. Most likely cracking the clue. And by most likely, I mean 100% because there's nothing else we can do. Out cold is going to be good. Probably. In the next turn or so. It also enables Crime Stopper sprites collect evidence. So that's going to be good for us. That's also fine for us, as Out Cold gets by the ward ability. Nervous Gardener, yeah, that makes sense. So we'll be able to tap both of these and hit for 5 again. Wait, do they have... Oh, they could do this. Okay, so... Guess they'll go to 7. Do I want to do this on my turn? Yeah, I think that's fine. I think I'll do it on mine. So they go to 7. We've got enough to collect evidence now. 4, 5, 6 with these 2 cards here. Can still draw one more card. Fairy Snoop will get us a card next turn. Let's see if Drone Smith survives here. Looks like they're looking at it funny. That's a funny card sleeve. I think they have bite out of crime is what they're thinking about, I guess. Can they collect evidence 6? Oh, Slice from Shadows. Killing our Fairy Snoop, I suppose. And a 2/2. Ugh. So bad. Just about the worst thing we could have had. Okay, start the chump train here. Alright, let's collect evidence, why not? 4 plus 2, that is 6. Okay. Need some card draw. I mean, we've been cracking a lot of clues. We've drawn a lot of cards, but boy. Maybe because of all the card draw that we're doing in this deck, we need 16 lands. But gosh, we need mana to draw those cards is the problem. But the thing is, we pay the mana, we draw the card, and we draw another land. So... isn't great. This deck would have been pretty good with the Projector Inspector. I mean, just looting away some of these extra lands would have been nice. But we did not get one of those. Play an additional land, 7 or more lands. Can cast lands and spells from the top. Okay. We currently have them on a 2-turn clock here. Drone Smith plus Sprite is 3 in the air. Okay. Alright, that buys them a turn. I played this game with 7 cards. And one of them is an 0-3 crab. As I currently have 10 lands. Got a lot of things I can draw, at least there's that. I just, fortunately, haven't drawn them. Got some Granite Witnesses that would actually be pretty decent. I mean... I still think they have Bite Down on Crime. which is the green removal spell here. Yeah, there it goes. Can't stop that. I guess I'm chumping with the O3 this turn just to, like, preserve my life a little bit. I'm not doing anything with it. It's not bad, but it's not great. It's better than a land, I suppose. Don't know what I'm going to use it on. I mean, they're effectively at 3 with this, but if they can answer this, it's not great for us. This board situation is really not great for us right now. Sure. So something gets indestructible. Yeah. Okay, now... how do we win this game? How do we win this game? Do we win the game by shocking them? Putting them at 3? That's a 3-turn clock. That's not good enough. What gets indestructible here? That does. This is a 3/3 vigilance. Keeps on investigating though. Takes 6 down to 11. Then they have 9 next turn. Krenko would be a decent draw. And at least lets me get a 1/1. More creatures. That's something I'm not drawing, unfortunately. Yeah, I mean, gonna go, I guess this is 5-3 with the deck, but 2 of the games we just got completely flooded. Like, we drew like 11 lands this game and like 7 non-lands. Haven't really played this game with many cards, unfortunately. Gonna have to chump this turn, I think. And then they'll unmorph that into like a Riftburst Hellion or something. It'll be a 6-powered creature that can't be blocked. Block that, take 12. That'll kill us. More creatures! How nice it must be to draw creatures. Yeah. Alright. Did the best we could. I think we did really well with the hands we were given. It's just the hands we were given were not outstanding a lot of the time. And just got completely mana flooded out of this draft. But, you know, I think Blue-Red has the tools needed to succeed. I think we didn't even have what I would consider to be one of the better versions of the deck and still went 5-3 with it, which is totally fine by me. I'll go 5-3 every draft. Hope you guys had fun watching. Tune back in tomorrow for yet another Karlov draft. Thanks for tuning in today. And I'll see you next time for your daily draft.